Closed captioning is brought to you by IT&E Life in Motion. KUAM News Headlines is presented by Calvo's Insurance, a legacy of trust. Serving Micronesia since 1938. Matson Navigation, serving Guam and Micronesia for 20 years. Cars Plus, Dodge Challenger, the undisputed champion. IP&E, fueling excellence. McDonald's of Guam, I'm loving it. And King's Restaurant, located in Tamuning and Dededo. Always open, always local.
The Commander-in-Chief outlines a new strategy for fighting the longest war in United States history. Plus, what does President Trump's Afghanistan plan mean for local troops? Mr. Lecanto has that report. And also tonight, a mother has expressed concern following news that a Guam Memorial Hospital nursery staffer was diagnosed with active tuberculosis. If you are watching us on KUAM TV8 Live or streaming us on Facebook Live or watching the behind-the-scenes view on Instagram Live, we say hafaday and good evening to you and yours, everybody, because President Trump has outlined a new strategy for fighting the longest war in the history of the United States. The Commander-in-Chief traveled to Virginia Monday night, where, Bree, he detailed the next steps.
Wei Zhang has the latest from the White House.
Surrounded by soldiers at Fort Myer, Virginia, President Trump outlined his vision to move forward in Afghanistan.
We will not talk about numbers of troops or our plans for further military activities. Conditions on the ground, not arbitrary timetables, will guide our strategy from now on.
As a private citizen, the president criticized the war and advocated withdrawing from Afghanistan. He vowed to put America first as commander-in-chief. Monday night, the president pointed to the rise of terror groups as the reason to deepen U.S. involvement and pressured Pakistan to help.
Pakistan often gives safe haven to agents of chaos, violence, and terror.
President Trump's primetime announcement came after months of discussions with administration officials. Steve Bannon, who just left his job as chief strategist on Friday, was adamantly opposed to the idea of increasing troops. Defense Secretary James Mattis was in favor of it.
A hasty withdrawal would create a vacuum that terrorists, including ISIS and al-Qaeda, would instantly fill.
President George W. Bush first sent U.S. troops to Afghanistan after the 9/11 attacks. Since then, more than 2,200 of them have died. Wei Zhang, Guam's News Network.
A little more than 8,000 American troops remain in Afghanistan today.
Well, closer to the home front, Guam National Guard troops have fought and died in Afghanistan since the war began. Multiple units have been deployed over the years, serving in a variety of capacities in support of the war on terror.
Nestor Lecanto reports.
Guard spokesperson Major Josephine Blah says it's too early to know if Guam troops will be deployed in response to the Trump plan, but if they are called up,
anytime they've asked if we can support, we're always ready to go.
She says Guamanian soldiers began serving in the war on terror since shortly after the September 11, 2001 terrorist attacks in the U.S.
It's in the thousands that we've sent, and we've had everything from security, infantry, engineering. We've even had embedded training teams.
Major Blah says every call-up is a big commitment by the deployed soldiers, and the Guard works with their families and employers to assist with the adjustment.
It used to be where it was 3 months, they go off to train, then they deploy for a year, and then another 3 months to demobilize. But now it's been cut significantly. Depending on the service, whether it's Army or Air, it can be anywhere between 6 months to a year.
Senator Frank Uggan Jr. is a lieutenant colonel in the Guam Air National Guard. Uggan is glad the president laid out his strategy, but he'd also like the Trump administration to look into more equitable treatment of Guam veterans.
I would like to see that, in fact, these services are elevated and equivalent to the level of services that our brothers and sisters in the mainland presently receive, because that's really where the rubber meets the road.
There have been 6 Guam Guardsmen killed on duty in the war on terror. They are remembered at the Fallen Heroes Memorial at National Guard Headquarters. For Guam's News Network, I'm Nestor Lecanto.
Well, let's get you up to speed now on that story that we first broke on Monday as we told you how public health officials are responding to a possible outbreak situation at the Guam Memorial Hospital after a nursery staffer was diagnosed with having active tuberculosis. Isa Baza's got the very latest.
Like any mother, Mary Jane Uggan was concerned when she heard the news that hundreds of newborns, including her 1-week-old baby, may have been exposed to tuberculosis at the GMH nursery.
Well, I was kind of worried about it because my son was just born on August 16th, so we were there, and then we didn't know anything about it until, I guess, this weekend when it came out of the news.
According to Public Health Director James Gillen, all 311 infants identified as possible contacts will be treated as a precaution. This is because babies younger than 6 months old cannot be screened for TB.
Once they're at 6 months, we'll do the PPD screening. If that's clear and a chest x-ray is clear, we'll more than likely just release them from here.
While Gillen had hoped to centralize care at GMH, parents are also able to seek treatment at private providers, all of which will receive information from public health on treatment for infants with TB. The response effort, which includes contacting mothers abroad who gave birth at the hospital over the past 4 months, will be both labor-intensive and costly. Gillen is seeking financial help from Adeloop.
When we did the worst-case scenario, we are estimating $25,000 a month. Okay, that's 311 infants.
While Uggan admitted she is worried, she is also relieved that her baby bypassed the nursery and went directly to her room instead. She adds she's confident in the GMH staff who make do with facilities in need of major upgrade.
My son just had a follow-up appointment yesterday from the hospital. Our pediatrician wanted to see us on Monday. So she didn't tell us that if we were going to do like a TB screening on him, but she just did her normal checkup on him, and she said that everything looks fine.
Gillen says public health has yet to contact all patients potentially affected, but he says they're working to do so.
I just want to let parents know that we, the hospital, public health, and private providers will do, what they're supposed to do. They'll take care of their babies.
A young girl who was pulled from the Hilton Hotel pool last Friday died. Chief Medical Examiner Dr. Aurelio Espinola confirmed her death was caused by asphyxiation due to drowning. It was just after 2 p.m. Friday that first responders were called to a possible drowning at the Tumon Hotel pool. Hotel staff performed CPR before medics arrived. She was rushed to the hospital where she later died. Espinola also confirmed the victim was a tourist. She was only 5 years old.
Authorities say they captured the suspect wanted in connection to a stabbing in Jigo. As we reported on Facebook this morning, it happened at Bangs Market along Route 15 Monday morning. 38-year-old Patrick Rudolph has been charged with aggravated assault, use of a deadly weapon in the commission of a felony, and retail theft. Police say concerned citizens tipped them off, reporting that a man was walking along the back road to Anderson towards D.L. Perez Elementary School just before 1 a.m., and they told authorities that the man matched the description of the suspect who was wanted by police. Responding officers caught up with the suspect on Gazzanero Road wearing the same green camouflage jacket and red shorts used in the alleged stabbing. On Monday, GPD put a call out to the community and, after assisting the man armed with a knife, walked into the Jigo store and stabbed the cashier in the head before taking off. Investigators learned the victim was apparently the suspect's landlord, and the stabbing may have been the result of a theft of property issue. The victim was taken to the Guam Regional Medical City to be treated for non-life-threatening injuries. Rudolph was booked and confined.
A former Guam police colonel fighting to get his job back is going before the Civil Service Commission this evening to begin the hearing for his termination appeal. Mark Charfers has since won his demotion appeal. Both appeals stem from an incident in Agate last Christmas Eve. Then Charfers was caught on police body cam footage yelling at junior officers responding to a report of fireworks. He also faces charges of obstructing governmental functions and official misconduct, which he pleaded not guilty to in the Superior Court.
Guam Department of Education Principal Eleuterio Mesa also went before the Civil Service Commission today in preparation for a hearing this October. The case stems from a wrongful termination case that he filed against the department and won back in the year 2011. It remains before the CSC due to a dispute over taxation, with Mesa claiming that he would be overtaxed. It's worth noting that Mesa is also the employee who brought to light allegations against Superintendent of Education last year, eventually leading to a lawsuit by Superintendent John Fernandez against the Education Board. His hearing before the CSC is set for early October.
Happening late today, over 150 players, parents, and coaches from the Faja Outlaws Youth Football Organization are gathering to peacefully protest Pee Mayor Jesse Alex's decision to ban the team from using the Pee practice field. Representatives from the team say a coach sounding off about field conditions on social media prompted the mayor's decision to kick the organization out of the village. The organization has tried repeatedly to reach out to the mayor to resolve the situation, but they claim the mayor has instead spread rumors about the group. Mayor Alec told KUAM the decision was made by the Mayor's Council. Representatives from the other Guam National Youth Football Federation teams also came out in a show of unity. We will have a full report tomorrow night on KUAM Sports.
Okay, and then from the science beat, now we obviously couldn't see it on our end of the planet, but it was a cosmic spectacle that brought out the masses to our friends in the mainland today. Hundreds of millions of Americans and basically the entire Facebook community donned protective glasses and craned their necks to the sky to watch the first solar eclipse to sweep the nation from coast to coast in nearly a century. Some cities marked the occasion in a special way, as one of our friends online submitted a photo sent to our newsroom. This is Tim Holton showing a map displayed in Oregon. Now on it were pins showing where each visitor from around the globe traveled to see the total solar eclipse, and that even includes a few from Guam. Now, I don't know about you, Bree, but
we totally missed it.
I went on Facebook today, and it was eclipse, 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 eclipse,
yeah.
eclipse, eclipse.
I even got the funny videos.
Yeah, and our friends are actually on Facebook Live right now. What's up, guys? Shout out to you guys. They're actually filling us in. A lot of them are watching right now in the mainland. They're telling us how cool it was. Maybe next time.
Stay tuned. More news after this.
There are more ways to experience KUAM News than any other source on Guam. Download the KUAM News app for your Apple or Android device for 24/7 news, sports, videos, weather, streaming with KUAM radio, and important news alerts. And stay connected at home with Guam's first app for Apple TV. All available now from the App Store.
Have you gotten paid yet? That's the premium automatic insurance deduction plan from Calvo's Insurance. Paid simplifies your home and auto insurance. No down payment. No more long lines. And you can stretch your payments up to 12 months. Paid is convenient. It deducts from your payroll, your checking account, or your credit card. With Paid, you get up to 65% off your car insurance and enjoy lifestyle club discounts. Life can be easier when you get paid.
Call Calvo's Insurance today and save on your home and auto insurance.
This is Tabby. Tabby's service provider is IT&E. This allows her to walk on campus without having to rely on Wi-Fi.
Hey, Abby. Hey, I switched to the IT&E student plan just like you. I love how affordable their plan is. I'm so glad I switched to IT&E. What?
Get up to 5 gigs a month for just $30 and the first 3 months free at IT&E.
Hyundai's summer clearance event is happening now. Guam's best dealership, Cars Plus and Mighty. With financing as low as 1.99%. There's no better time to drive a new Hyundai Accent, ranked highest in initial quality, starting at just $11,995. Or the new Hyundai Elantra starting at $16,995. SUV lovers, check out the new Hyundai Tucson starting at $19,995. Plus, every new Hyundai gets Guam's best warranty, 10 years, 100,000 miles. It's our Hyundai summer clearance event going on now at Cars Plus and Mighty. Cars Plus, driven by you.
Oh! Ruby Tuesday puts the O in dinner combos with Garden Bar Plus entrees for only $20.99. Choose salmon moco, petite sirloin, or pesto chicken pasta. Only at Ruby Tuesday.
Connect with KUAM News. Find us on your favorite social media platform. Follow us and stay in the know with Guam's news leader.
Afternoon, welcome back. It was another round of budget talks in Hagåtña today, and this afternoon, senators focused the discussion on nonprofit organization Hunter Speaks. Valerie Maige reports.
The organization is dedicated to autism awareness and advocacy. Today, Senator Fernando Estevez motioned for an amendment to refer to a portion of the bill, the Guam Autism Education Funding, where a sum of $150,000 would be allocated from the general fund. The appropriation would be used as, quote, an initial investment by the government of Guam to provide autism services on Guam, end quote. However, Senator Jim Espaldon challenged the provision that names the organization to receive local monies for services. He says although the Hunter Speaks mission is noble, the current language is questionable.
It would seem to me by going down this road, we give them an advantage over any other 501c3 organization that might form who may be interested in providing the same services, it seems to me that we should be at least a little cautious in that approach, because then we're almost implying that this is going to be the organization that's going to take the space that will be available once the business center is formed, and they have the proprietary position because the government supports it.
Espaldon referring to Senator Dennis Rodriguez's Bill 379, signed into law in January, which would establish the Department of Integrated Services for Individuals with Disabilities Business and One-Stop Center and the Guam Autism Center, the first for the island and Micronesia. Speaker B.J. Cruz noted further talks on the topic and told his colleagues to, quote, work this out. Reporting for Guam's News Network, I'm Valerie Maige.
Session is scheduled to resume tomorrow morning at 10 o'clock.
In other island news headlines, with session ongoing and at times well into the evening, the Health Committee has rescheduled Tuesday afternoon's briefing for the 2018 GovGuam Group Health Insurance Plan. Chairman Senator Dennis Rodriguez Jr. says negotiations ended earlier and they were pushing to start the open enrollment process for GovGuam employees, retirees, and their dependents earlier. However, there is still a process and carriers still need to file documents with the insurance commissioner.
I think this general overview would give the opportunity for our people to see what difference in the fiscal year 17 plan versus what we've negotiated for next year. I know the cost has always been a big factor, but we need to explain what those benefits are and also the incentives to get our community healthier.
The briefing has been rescheduled until August 31st at 5 p.m. in the Congress building.
The Guam Department of Education is taking steps to ensure students are kept safe while construction is ongoing at the home of the Dolphins. Deputy Superintendent Erica Cruz says canopy construction is ongoing and only done after school hours and on weekends. Meanwhile, 5 Southern High School classrooms that are being renovated during school hours are in compliance with OSHA. This means construction takes place in areas that are barricaded off to students to ensure safety. The work should be completed by September 30th.
Well, our friends at the U.S. Navy have announced the award of a more than $41 million contract to replace and upgrade sewer facilities at several naval facilities. Those include Naval Base Guam, Nimitz Hill, the Naval Hospital, Polaris Point, Ordnance Annex, and Apra Palms Housing. The Virginia-based Watts Incorporated won the bid. The work is expected to be done sometime in January 2020.
More military news as training will be conducted in Outer Apra Harbor this week. This is in addition to the training at the island of Fairlawn de Mendinia. The training in Outer Apra Harbor is scheduled for this Thursday from 11 o'clock in the morning to 4 in the afternoon, so don't be alarmed. The community, especially fishermen and marine tour operators, are advised to monitor the coast as training gets underway.
All right, we've got some regional headlines for you now. Here is KSPN2 News in Saipan.
Half a day, I'm Jackie Ray, and here's what's making news in the Marianas.
Now that school is back in session, it seems vandalism across the CNMI has gotten worse, including one youth center that hasn't been able to catch a break for months.
What to say, but those people are crazy.
15-year-old Sebastian Suarez attends San Antonio Middle School, and after school he used to attend Culverville Youth Center. But for a few weeks that is no longer the case, as the youth center has been shut down due to vandalism.
It's sad because you cannot come anymore, and it will take a while to open.
Today we know the name of the woman who died on Friday in Tanapec. According to the Department of Public Safety, the family of the 62-year-old woman has identified her as Elisa Kitagua. Police also confirmed in a press release that Kitagua lived on the 3rd floor of the building. She was found at the D. Sebastian building. Currently, there is no cause of death, and the investigation is ongoing.
For more news, make sure you visit us at saipantv.com.
Stay tuned. Sports is coming up next, but first, here's your weather forecast.
From the network that brought you up to 3 times more data comes the dawn of a new data The epic story of Guam's only network brave enough to give 10 free gigs of bonus data on every line every month to customers who bundle their services. Reviewers are calling the offer totes awesome. Best deal ever. And yes.
Visit GTA.net for details.
At Shell, it's about offering more than just fuel. It's about providing service to people. From hot coffees to warm welcomes, from clean bathrooms to fresh food, we're on a mission to make you leave happier than when you arrived. So whatever your journey, we're here. Welcome to service. Welcome to Shell. Serving the islands for over 30 years. Share your story at Shell Foodies Guam on Instagram and Facebook. Hashtag Station Stories, hashtag Shell Guam.
For 20 years, Matson has been an important part of our everyday lives. Bringing in the cars we drive, the food we eat, and the materials that helped build our homes. From caring for our land through the Adaki Itano program to generously supporting our local charities, Matson has contributed to the preservation and growth of our island. On behalf of those you've served throughout your 20 years on Guam, Matson.
Hey, I thought you were choosing the flute.
Everyone was doing flute.
Buick now has an SUV for that.
Where's your brother?
Hey, Mom, it's a tuba.
Buick Enclave, one of 3 luxury SUVs from the new Buick.
Get 15% below MSRP on all 2017 Enclave leather vehicles. That's over $7,200 on this Enclave. Visit Autospot Buick today.
KUAM Sports is presented by Triple J.
Off a day, Tauto Marianas, Guos, and Chris Barnett, KAM Sports. Proudly brought to you by Triple J. We kick it off with a little bowling. Special Olympics Guam held the final day of registration for their bowling championships. Bowlers scheduled for October 7th at the Central Lanes Bowling Center. Training sessions every Saturday at the bowling alley in Tamuning. Athletes 8 and up will be training for a total of 8 weeks in preparation for Championship Day.
This is our second practice out of 8 practices, and each week we bowl 2 games, and the first game is instructional. We work on 1 or 2 skills that they need to improve, and then the second game they practice those skills.
The clinics are for youths and adults with intellectual, physical, developmental disabilities of all ability levels. Coaches will assist with the motor activities training program and provide instruction in beginner through advanced levels.
We meet from 9:30 to about 12:30, depending on how fast our people bowl. And then October 7th is our championship, our tournament. It's a team tournament, and we have right now 26 teams. Every lane is filled.
Anyone interested in volunteering as a coach or assistant can call 648-7648 or visit Special Olympics Guam Facebook page or email carol.piercy@specialolympicsgu.org.
We can still use a few volunteers to come out and help with a little bit of the coaching, but also with some of the one-to-one helping athletes get up and down the ramps and things like that.
Bishop Baumgartner Memorial Catholic School's 11th annual back-to-school 5K 2-mile fun run walk Saturday. Starting and ending at the Bishop School campus in beautiful Sin City. Showtime, 5:15 in the morning, go 6 a.m. $10 per person, 15 on race day. Registration will be at Bishop or Hornet Sporting Goods, with proceeds going to the Bishop Baumgartner Memorial Catholic School Endowment Foundation. T-shirts for the first 500 runners will be given and prizes will be raffled. Are you ready to raffle? Some of the prizes include gift certificates, TV, a tablet, and more. For info, 472-6670. Aloha made Manette Good Cup Elite Youth Soccer League results from the U13 and U15 divisions. U13 defending champs, the ASC Trust Islanders, 6-0 over the Guam Shipyard Wolverines. Nainoa Norton led all scorers with 2 second-half goals. U13 Wings Red 9-1 over Community First Days in Denito Soccer Club. Taiyo Kanikatsu led the charge with a hat trick. The U15 defending champs Wings 16-1 over the Tigers. Matthew Aseki led all scorers with 4 goals. U15 action again. ASC Trust Islanders 7-0 over the Bank of Guam Strikers. Josh Bamba and Christian Quito scored 2 goals each. Both U13 and U15 divisions continue Saturday with matches beginning at 8 in the morning. The Triple J Auto Group Robbie Weber Youth Soccer League officially begins September 9th with an expected 150 teams in 6 different age divisions. Tuesday, Martes, woohoo! Thanks for watching. My name's Chris. Adios!
Put $500 in your backpack during Nissan's Back to School Relief event. Purchase a new Nissan with payments starting as low as $76 per pay period and get $500 cash back. School supplies, uniforms, lunches, load it all up in a new Nissan, including the kids. With payments starting as low as $76 per pay period and with $500 cash back, you get an A+. For more back to school deals, go to NissanGuam.com or see your favorite sales associate at Nissan Upper Tumon.
I'm here to announce the launch of McDonald's new signature sriracha sandwich, and they decided to turn it up. It's topped with crispy onions, fresh baby spinach, and kale. Onions and baby greens. That's not all. They decided to turn it up even more. They created an exclusive sriracha mac sauce with just the right kick of spice. Yeah, but it's here only for a limited time. The McDonald's signature sriracha sandwich. Where are you going?
Go back happy with Triple J. For a limited time, receive a free $500 Kmart gift certificate on selected new vehicles from Triple J Auto Group. Get the car, the savings, and the supplies just in time for school. 0 down and 1.9% financing on top of the class deals like the Kia Sportage at only $161 per paycheck, or the Mazda CX-3 at only $145 per paycheck, or an all-new Ford F-150 for only $266 per paycheck. Get pre-approved instantly at TripleJGuam.com. Trade-ins welcome. Some conditions apply. Stop by today. Triple J Auto Group. Customers first.
Welcome back, everybody. Beauty is only skin deep, but health and safety are forever. That is precisely the theme of the Guam Environmental Public Health Education Month this September. The year will focus on infection prevention and control in beauty, barber and nail salons in an effort to prevent against disease, including asthma, skin disorders, and even cancer.
Public Health Director James Gillen and Chief Environmental Public Health Officer Tom Nadeau.
A lot of us look at this kind of personal care is something that's really not a big deal, but I have seen pictures of people who have had their hair just completely bombed out and there's burns on their scalp and just really terrible kinds of things.
For the month of September, we will be promoting sanitation, infection control through our social media platform, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram.
The department will also conduct educational outreach through trivia contests and informational commercials that will air on television and at movie theaters.
All right, what is airing right now is the Cold Stone Creamery Birthday Club. So
And happy birthday to KUAM's very own Crystal Paco.
okay, she is going to have to sing for us.
Yes.
She's got an amazing voice, and hopefully when she comes back tomorrow, she is going to sing. And our very own Brittany Calvo, who has a birthday today. Brittany, we wish you the very best.
And you can be a part of the Cold Stone Creamery Birthday Club. Head on over to KUAM.com.
All right, please stay tuned. There's much more coming up, so sit tight.
Closed captioning is brought to you by IT&E.